Welcome to the Golf League Network's video tutorial on skins. In this tutorial, you will learn how to set up skins and then how to report your winners. So what is a skins game? It is a popular betting game, and some say the term skin came from an old slang term for the $1 bill. A skin is won by the player who posts the lowest score on a hole among all players in the game. The low score must be unique among all the scores, meaning no ties. Skins can be gross or net. In the Golf League Network, skins are a separate tab found on the top taskbar. When we click on skins, two options will appear, one for set up skins and one for skins report. By clicking on set up skins, the first thing the system wants to know is which round you want to set up the skins for. Once you choose your round, the skins setup screen will now appear. The first box we come to is entitled Players, and it's in this area where you will set up the amounts for your pot. The first area is where you will tell the system what the amount is for. And our two options here are total for the round or for each player. Since the system default is for each player, we will begin here, and as you can see, behind that option in parentheses, it notes that if you choose this, the calculation will be the number of players times the amount you will enter below to get the total amount of your skins pot. Now, let's look at our two boxes directly below. The first one is for gross skins per player, and the other is for net skins per player. You can do one or both. I will enter the number 5 in the net skin per player box, which is telling the system that we're playing a net skins game and that it will take the number of players who are entered and it'll multiply it by $5. Notice that I did not use the dollar sign or decimals. You simply enter the number of the amount that each player will be putting in. Now, if you do not want to have the pot calculated by a per person entry, you do have the option to click on the total for the round. When we click on this, our two boxes have changed and now say gross skins pot and net skins pot, which then you would enter a total amount that the players would be playing for. Let's say $300, and that's all we have to do, and they would play for that total. Now, for demonstration purposes, we'll go back to an each player entry of $5 and tab down to the second box. Now, in this area is where we can set limits on handicaps and strokes, and these limits will only apply to the skins game and only to net skins game, and it is totally optional. The first customization you can do is to set a limit on your handicaps here at the maximum handicap for net skins. The system default always leaves this field blank, but if say your rules allow no more than 2 strokes per hole, then you would enter 18 as the maximum. If a player has a greater handicap than 18, he or she will still have their full handicap in all other events, but for the net skins game they will only receive 18 strokes. Our next question asks, do you want to limit strokes on par 3s? Once again, the system default is set to no. But if your league does limit the number of strokes on your par 3s, then if you click yes, you will then be able to select a maximum number of strokes to be given on your par 3s, which your choices are either 0, 1, or 2. Again, by choosing this option, you do not affect any strokes given to players on par 3s in any other event other than net skins. Now that we've completed these initial setup steps, let's go down and we find the listing of all our players. You will have two different ways that you can now enter your players into skins game. The first is what we call the rapid or quick entry method. Notice the select all gross skins and select all net skins boxes found just above and outside the box containing our players. By clicking on the Select All Net Skins box, you can see that it has automatically entered all the players into the Net Skins game by the check marks next to their name. However, if not everyone gets into a skins game, you simply can click on the box on the same line as their name, and by clicking on this, you will have entered them into a skins game. Here, the gross skins game. Now, with everything set, we'll click on Save, and you're back to our Select Round screen. If you are a league whose players are automatically entered into a weekly skins game, you can select each round and enter them all during your initial league setup phase. Now that all our work is done for setup, we'll go into skins reporting. And once your round is over and you've entered all the scores, now we can see who the winners are. So we will select which round that we want to do our skins report for. The, the next field says, do we want gross or net skins? So we'll look at our net skins report. Which course did they play? Usually the default's correct, but if you have many different players on different courses, you can separate your skins game by course and markers. If you're running a net handicap game, you could choose to put a percentage of the handicap to use to calculate your skins winners. We'll click on Show Winners, and now you will see a report listing all your skins players in alphabetical order with their hole-by-hole scores. The scores that are the skins are outlined with a box around that score. And over here on the right, you'll see a report with your winners and a report with the amounts that these winners won. As with all reports within the Golf League Network, you can print this report or export it either to Excel or Word by clicking on the appropriate icon right here in the upper right-hand corner. While the Golf League Network does not do carryover skins, this skins game report will enable you to easily handle carryovers manually. And as always, if you have further questions, our staff here at the Golf League Network are here to help you, either by using the Support tab and clicking on Support Help found at the top of our page, and then we would select the option Contact Support. You may send us an email by this, or just phone us directly